Hello lovelies. Lesley, not quite enough light at the window. Finally, the scaffolding has come down. It has been up for weeks and weeks and weeks, and I'm having a bit of a whinge. We haven't been having work done for all of that time. There have been people on holiday, and then we've had to wait for the next person to do their bit. And I was talking with a neighbour this morning, and we were saying that, the amount of time the scaffolding's been up, could have had the entire house rebuilt, I think, but the scaffolding is coming down. As has been the nature of this work, they didn't bring a big enough truck, so they've taken the first lot and they'll come back for the second at some point. Oh, we're so nearly there, it's wonderful. So how is everyone? Thank you for all the thoughts and comments and messages. It's always lovely to hear from you. I had, at the weekend, another long journey to the hospital. The other end of half term. Mandy told me it was like that. I should have believed her. And Mandy is actually man of the match at the moment, because she is looking after Heidi for me when himself's away and I need to go and be out for the day. So thanks, Mand. So yes, Heidi goes to Auntie Mandy's and has a lovely time being fed lots of treats. Apart from that, we've had sunny weather. It's odd at the moment. It's very sunny and bright, but there's a northeasterly wind which is whipping through and certainly stopping everything getting too hot. It doesn't feel remotely humid, although we've got this lovely sunshine. Can be a bit chilly at times, so a good season for light knitwear, says she who's not wearing any, but I'm indoors at the moment. What else has been going on? Not a lot, really. So I've been plodding on with work and plodding on with crafts. So a simple life at the moment, and that's fine. Happy to go along with that. So, if anything exciting happens, I'll speak to you later in the week. And I'll speak to you if nothing exciting happens either. That's the way we roll. Cheers. Hello lovelies. Another sunny day in Sussex. Another day working, as it happens. Got the latest pom-pom magazine, and there are a couple of patterns I really like. Interesting that this month there are 10 patterns in there, and 4 of them are crochet. There's normally at least one crochet pattern in there, but it sort of struck me how many this quarter. Of the 2 patterns I like, one I probably won't make at all, but I'll show you it anyway. This is called Limonata by Anna D. And I just quite like the look of it. It's made in motifs, but then you join as you go. If I were to make it, I think I would make narrower, shorter sleeves, but make the same number of motifs and kind of add them to the hemline, make it a little bit longer. But that's quite interesting. So a nice pattern. I don't normally go for motify type patterns, but that one struck me as very appealing. Actually, there's a hat pattern that I really like. Now, there's a standing joke between me and my mate Mand that I'm going to make her a Stetson. Haven't done it yet, but I could use this as the basis, perhaps. I do actually have in my library a Stetson pattern. I know there is one on there, but don't worry, Mand, I'm not going to make it really. But I quite like this summer hat, the Coolidge by Madison Hughes. I'll put the pictures in here because that's easier than me kind of wrangling with a magazine. But yeah, that's quite a nice pattern. And the one that I was very taken with is a dress pattern, which I wouldn't make a dress, but it's called the Melba by Laura Zukaite. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly. And quite an interesting texture, using a combination of lace weight yarn and a thicker weight yarn. I think in the pattern it's a worsted weight. Now I have some lace weight yarn which would go rather nicely in this, I think. So yes, I quite like that. Again, I would make it different. I would make it a sweater and boxier in size. It's not as size inclusive as some of the patterns in Pom Pom. It goes up to a finished size of, oh yeah, a finished size of 60 3/4 inches, which isn't bad in size inclusivity, but they have some that take a little bit more than that, because it recommends 0 to 2 inches of ease, and if you wanted 2 inches of ease, obviously that would be a 58 3/4 chest, which is a little smaller than they normally go. But looking at it, I think it would be fairly easy to adapt, and yeah, interesting project. It actually put me in mind of a crochet design that I did a long time ago. It's the crossover stitches that made me think of it. So now I'm going to have to try and find that. So this was a pattern made for inside crochet, which means I probably never got paid for it, the bum tish. And although the resemblance won't be obvious when you look at this picture, it has a crossover stitch in crochet, which is what put me in mind of it. So that's another one I need to go back and revisit, actually. I need to make it more size inclusive, and also I need to rework the pattern, because now I know what I should be doing, I need to do it properly. So maybe I'll make one of those. That would be cool. I'm digressing and I'm waffling. Yeah, so interesting to see Pom Pom magazine. I've often talked about how it's my kind of fantasy knitting pattern library, because it has lots of things in there that I will probably never make, but I do like very much. So we'll see if I make any of these. So what have we got coming up this week? I'm not hospital visiting this weekend because I've got some folks coming here. So that it'll be strange not hospital visiting. I've got used to the routine of it, but I'll be back there next week. And I think that's the only thing I've got in the diary thus far, except on Monday I'm going to be meeting a viewer who is touring and will be in this area, so I'm going to be meeting them, which will be lovely. So I'm looking forward to that as well, and I will tell you all about it next week. So another short one. Life is, I was talking to someone earlier and it was like, how are you, just plodding on, and that's kind of how things are at the moment. Himself is having a lovely time in Scotland, because his nephew did very well in the competition he played in last weekend. He got invited to play in one this weekend, which is the competition his brother's in. So himself is there with both of his nephews. He is a very happy uncle right now, because he does love his boys, and that sounded very dodgy. He does love his nephews and is delighted to be spending time with them both, so that's great. That's it for this week. Have a good time, everyone. Look after yourselves, keep well, keep happy, and I'll see you again next week. Cheers. Bye-bye.